Hello everybody, welcome. It's 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday evening, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. Glad to see you all here. Let's give just a minute for everybody to show up. And I want to go over here and share this on my page so that I can. Hope everybody had a great day today and a nice weekend. Let's see. Hold on here. Okay, let's see here. I'm using my computer with my left hand. I'm not used to doing that, so. Okay, very good. So, everybody have a nice weekend. Everybody ready for Halloween? What is today? I guess we've got about 2 weeks. I don't know. Things are just zipping by way too fast. I don't know about you. I had a class this weekend. We did Halloween projects, and everybody had a great time. So, kind of going to move on and into the fall and some Christmas stuff. So, let's see. I don't know who we've got. We've got some people on. Hopefully, we do. We'll go ahead and get started. And if you remember, we made this great treat holder last week. And it just so happens that tonight's card I'm trying to get the lights, there you go, coordinates with it. And I didn't realize that till I was sitting down tonight to get ready. So we are using the same DSP and the copper, but in a different way. So the winner for sharing my video last week, let me see, hold on, I gotta get my paper over here. Tell you, I almost didn't make it. It's been one of those days. It is Rebecca Sanders. Rebecca, thank you. I'll get this project to you the next time I see you. And thank you again. And remember, if you share my video with your friends and comment share down below, you'll get a chance to win whatever project I'm working on. And so tonight we're working on a card. So if you share and you're chosen, you'll get a chance to win, and you just might get this great card I'm going to show you tonight. So I think we'll go ahead and we'll go right in. I've got a fun technique to show you. I'm going to do the baby wipe technique, and it's a lot of fun, and it's great for fall cards. So we're going to get started with that, and so I'm going to turn you around, put you up in the holder, hang tight, close your eyes if you get a little motion sickness, and we'll get started, okay? Hang on. Okay, there we go. Hope that wasn't too bad. So here I am. We're working on another fall project, a great card with some stamping on the inside. So, and I want to show you a fun technique. It's called the baby wipe technique, and you can see right here I've used 3 different re-inkers: Mary Merlot, Cajun Craze, and Crushed Curry. To do this. I always recommend to my customers, when you buy an ink pad, to be sure and get the ink refill. Because they're not just for the ink pads, they're also good for lots of other projects and techniques, just like I'm going to show you here. So we'll go ahead and get started. And let's see here. I got to get my notes. Like I said, I barely got down here in time to get on, so I'm still a little out of breath. Okay, so we're going to get started. The base is 8.5 by 5.5 inches. It's made with Cajun, and it's done in Cajun Craze. We're just going to fold that in half, and that's going to be the base of our card. Okay. And because we have a dark card outside, we need a light inside to stamp on. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and stamp that right now. Remember, one of the rules is whenever you can, you want to stamp first, because if you make a mistake or screw up, you can always flip it over, okay? So, got my pad, my little mat here. Let's go that way. There we go. Okay. And actually, this is a little technique in itself, too. This is the Cajun Craze ink pad. It matches the card base. And I am using the Gather Together stamp set, and it's not sitting here. But anyway, okay. So we're going to use the wheat stalks that are from the set just to put a little bit of interest on the inside. So we're going to stamp, we're going to ink it up, we're going to stamp the first time. Okay, that's going to give us the darkest image. Then we're going to stamp again, and it's called stamping off. And then we can stamp it one more time, and it's going to be still lighter. But it's nice because then it's not too bold, and that's called stamping off. You can also use that in, like if you have, maybe you need gray, you don't have gray, but you've got black. If you take black, sometimes if you stamp off black, it will be gray. So it's another, it's a good technique to use for that. And while I have my stamp pad out, I'm going to go ahead and put the sentiment too, stamp the sentiment for the front of the card. It says, wishing you well. All the sizes of the paper will be on the description. This insert was 5 1/4 by 4. That's in Very Vanilla. And then this little strip of Very Vanilla is 3/4 inches wide by 3 inches long, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and stamp wishing you well right in the middle there. There we go. And while I've got this out, I'm going to go ahead and use the Banner Triple Punch to punch my ends out. And what I like to do is I like to flip it over, look from the back. I look at the edge of my stamping there, so I kind of know how far I am from it. What's going on? Why does that not want to go? My punches are just this worked just fine yesterday. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Let me try this side here. Oh, there's something caught in it. There's something caught in it. Ah, you know what it was? My button. Duh. Okay. Make sure it's working now. There we go. The button was in the way. Well, that makes a big difference. Okay, we'll try this one more time. There we go. Perfect. Almost. Get that little piece off of there. Let me trim that up. Oh. Okay. So we're going to flip the other end over. Do the same thing, kind of see where the end of my stamping is, and put it right. You know, you can always cut more off, but you can't put it back on once you cut it, okay? So it looks pretty good. We'll leave that just like that. Actually, I'll need my pad. Let me set this out of the way here. Okay. Then I think the next thing we are going to do is on the front of the card. I don't know if you could see it. Let me put this away before I get ink all over. That front panel is actually embossed. It's embossed with one of my favorite embossing folders, and it's called Scripty, and it's just words, but I love it because it's subtle, but it adds some texture and some interest. So I went ahead and did that, and this piece is the same size as this piece. That's the 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, and I think what we're going to do too is go ahead then and attach this piece of Designer Series paper. It's 1 3/4 by 4 inches. Where's my adhesive? Here it is. I have my, hold on, that's that piece of, what is that on there? Piece of DSP a little bit. Okay. I have my monthly card class Thursday night, and Saturday. So if you're interested, you need to RSVP right away. Actually, the deadline to RSVP for Thursday night is tonight, and the the deadline to RSVP for Saturday is Wednesday. Got a piece of copper. This is 3/8 wide by 4 inches, and you're going to put some adhesive on this. And I found that with this, I got to kind of, because the back of this copper paper is slick, sometimes you got to push kind of hard on the copper. So what I'm doing is I am lining this up on the bottom, and then I can always trim it off on the top if I'm a little off, which I know this one's a little longer. But I like to do that, and then before I attach all of this, because then that way I can trim it off if I'm a little bit off. And like, see, looks like my DSP's a little bit short because this very vanilla against this dark background, that little bit shows. So I am going to put that in my trimmer and just trim that off. And so that's a little bit of a tip too. I don't have the new Stampin' Up! Trimmer yet, but everybody is loving it. It's going to be a little bit before I get that ordered, but so I just take a very little bit off of here. But what's nice is then everything's exactly the same size. Looks beautiful. Okay, let's see here. Let me grab this here. Okay, and I think I will go ahead and attach that right on there. So yeah, if you'd like to come to my card class this Saturday, it's at noon. My one on Thursday night is at 6 o'clock. Drop me a line, a message, an email, text me if you have my phone number. There you go. There's that. Okay, so that's done. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the baby wipe technique. And like I said, I really like it, especially for Christmas or for fall leaves. And as you might expect, you get a baby wipe. And normally I wouldn't use it. I'm using this on my silicone mat because it's wet. Normally I'd get like a plastic lid of something to put it on, like a Cool Whip container or something, but I don't have, I ran out of time. I'm running late. But this will just keep it from getting this wet. And we're going to stamp. Okay, we're going to put, like I said, I have Mary Merlot, Cajun Craze, and crushed curry. And you're going to put a couple drops of the re-inker of each color on the baby wipe. Just like that. Let's see here. Get some of that on the edges. Okay, and so this is what you're going to use as your ink pad. Where is my, okay, so I have my leaf here. Probably should have a little bit bigger, but you know what I can do is I can kind of fill it up. Let's see. I think I've done a pretty good job. And again, you know, leaves that fall out of off the trays are not perfect, and that's okay. Let's put that on here. I'm gonna stamp that. And there you go. I didn't get quite enough on the edges. Let me see if I can do this here a little different. Nice. I think because I didn't have a big enough spot, I was wiping it off as I was going around. So let's try this one more time. There we go, much better. Much better image. So, let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna put that out of the way. And we're gonna die cut that out. Oh, hold on, I thought I brought my Big Shot over. like I said, this has been one of those days today. So let me just put this over here. This is the largest die out of the set. And we're going to just line this right up. But I think too that using this technique would be really cute, making a baby card using your pastel colors, especially if you don't know what the gender of the baby is. I think that would be really fun. Okay, so there's our leaf. Now we have to do another piece. We got to do a copper leaf. We're going to die cut that out of there. So let me put that on there. And put this on. We'll run this back on through. You have to be a little careful when you use foil. Foil is kind of susceptible to things like adhesive and marks and things, and getting dents in it and things like that. So you do have to use some care with the foil, especially if it's a lot of it's going to be showing. So this one I'm not quite as worried about because it is going to be behind the other leaf like that. We're going to put it kind of like that. Oh, where's my other base? Here's my other base. So, and I find too I like to use glue dots when attaching to something that's shiny like that, because it doesn't slide around quite so much. So I'm going to put some glue dots right here. Oops. Have you all started making your Christmas cards? I haven't even thought about it. I know what suite of products I want to use. I'm going to use that Brightly Gleamy, whoops, because that is my absolute favorite. But with all the pretty copper, I'm trying to decide how I want this leaf. I guess I'm going to put it more like that. I guess it doesn't make a lot of difference. So there we go. There's our leaf. We'll put it on our card. We'll put the sentiment. Where's my... Oh. There is my... sentiment. We're going to put that right over here. So please take a minute to share my video. I really do appreciate it. If you like what you see, share it, make a comment that you shared, and maybe I'll be sending you this card in the mail next week. And like I said, Rebecca Sanders won the project I worked on last week, so here we go. Put one more up here. Oh, and I gotta put the panel on the inside. I almost forgot that. I'm really bad at decorating the insides of cards and the envelopes too. I know they look so cool and people appreciate it. I'm kind of lazy that way, you know? That's okay. So we're gonna put this on the inside. If you're interested in anything you've seen or want to place an order, use my host code. That helps me out. And I'll be sure and get a thank you out to you in the mail. I appreciate that. And there we go. Wishing you well. A great fall card, but it could also be, doesn't have to be fall. It could be just a, you know, thinking of you kind of card. So I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next week at 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday for Stamping with Denise. You guys take care now and have a great evening. Bye now.